pepper, my scotch bonnet pepper. I'm cutting it. I'm using my hand right now because I do not want to use a processor. And I'll be going straight to boil my fish because I am doing a baked fish roll. If you have not seen the recipe of my fried fish roll, I'll drop the link somewhere in the description box. Please do well to watch it. Here I'm seasoning it. I'll just add salt and seasoning cube to it. I used fish seasoning cube. Please ignore if you are hearing pom pom at the background. I am very close to the main road right now. So yeah, I just added my seasoning cube and I'm trying to season my fish and cook it. So I go back to cutting my veggies. I am using 1 bulb of onion. I'll be using half for my sauce and I'll be using half to cook my fish. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing here right now. And at this point my fish is almost ready, and here we are flaking my fish. So I'll try as much as possible to remove all the bones because you wouldn't want to eat your fish roll and be eating bone inside. You get what I mean? So you try as much as possible to remove all the fish. And here I am using shower fish. It is very bony. If you know it, it is very bony. You can use any fish of your choice. You can use Titus, you can use Kote, you can use any fish of your choice. But today I choose to use shower for this recipe. So I'm trying to remove my bones, and that is what I am doing here. I don't want to use my hands, so I'm trying to use 2 spoons to remove my bones to flake it up. You get what I mean? So that's what I'm doing here. It's quite difficult. If you don't mind, you can use your hand, but make sure it is clean. But here I am using 2 spoons to remove it. It's quite difficult, but you can pull through. So you try to remove the bone as much as you can. So yeah, I'm about to make my sauce. I added little vegetable into my pot. Please pardon my pot. This is pot I use in my store. Then I added my fish, my pepper and my onion to it. Then I just dumped in my fish as well. Then I added fish stock to cook it up. So yeah, I added my fish. I didn't add any extra seasoning since my fish has already been seasoned, and I'm also using fish stock for it. So yeah, this is what it looks like at this point. It's almost done. I just added little stock to cook the pepper through, and yeah. So yeah, it is done and it is looking yummy. It's so good, so inviting at this point. But we have a mission, so we got to move. This is my sauce looking so pretty. So yeah, I have my 300 gram of flour. Please, I have sifted this flour already, and I have 150 gram of frozen butter. Though it's not too cold, I just added it in my freezer for a few minutes. But it is advisable for you to use frozen butter. And I'm using 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Leveled spoon, please, not heaped. Level spoon of baking powder. And I go ahead and mix together. You combine it very well so you can get that crumbly look that we are looking for. In order for your baked snacks to come out well, you need half the measurement of your flour as your butter. So if I'm using 500 gram of butter, I'll be using 1 kilogram of flour. You get? So if you are using 500 gram of flour, you are using 250 gram of butter as well. So it's just half the measurement of flour that you are using for your butter. So yeah, I try as much as possible to crumble it up. Make sure you get that gari look texture. So you see what I mean? See how crumbly it looks, how yellow it is. So this is what we are trying to achieve, and this is what we have gotten. So at this point, I'll be using very cold water to mix, very chilled cold water to mix. So that's what I'll be doing right now. This is my pure water, very cold, my H2O. So I'll just be adding it little. At this point you don't need much, you just need little to bind it together. You don't want the dough to be too soft. Okay, if you have watched up onto this part, please consider subscribing. Don't make today your last. Please watch to the very end, and I promise you would, on this channel, you get 1 or 2 things to learn. Sure you understand? So please consider subscribing if you haven't. Get your girl to 1K, please. So I'm just adding my water little at a time. Do not pour the whole water at a time. Just add it little at a time. You don't want to have a soft dough. Just want to you just want the water to be enough to bind it together. Sure you get. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to bring it together to form a ball. You can see I'm just pampering it. I'm just using my hand to rub the head. So that's just what you want to do. You don't want to stretch it. You don't want to stress the dough. So you don't have a stretchy dough at the end of the day. If you have a stretchy dough, your sausage of baked fish roll would not come out as flaky as this one came out. You get what I mean? Aha, so this is what I got at this point, and I'll just allow it to rest for like 20 minutes in the fridge before I start. Okay? You see how it looks? It's not stressed, it's not stretchy, it's just perfect. So at this point, I'm trying to roll it out. Roll it to your thickness, your desired thickness, but do not make it too thick, because if it's too thick, don't forget it's still going to rise in the oven. So you don't want it too thick so that it can cook through. So you understand? So you get what I mean? So just try to roll it, trim the edges and fill in, roll and cut to your desired shape and length. So that's just pretty what I did here. I just filled in my sauce, my fish roll. See my knife? That's what I used to cut. So I'm just trying to fill in. You don't want to overcrowd it as well. Do you get? You don't want to overcrowd it. So just fill it in gently and roll it up as firm as you can, so it doesn't split open as well. And at the same time, I used my egg as my binding agent to seal it up. So yeah, I'm just trying to fold it in, girl, fold it in. Okay, oh shit. Okay, so just fold it in, like so, then just roll it through up to the end. You get? Just roll it firm, just like so, and voila, you are done with your log of fish roll. So at this point, you just cut it to your desired shape or to your desired size. How big, how small, how lengthy you want it to be. Then I just go ahead and roll it to seal it up properly. Sure you understand? Just like that. Just gently, just roll it up to seal it up. Then I cut it into the length and I baked. So this is the length I decided to cut it into, and I have small ones for the children there. So yeah, if I've watched up until this point, please consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, this is my flaky fish roll, baked, looking good, looking pink, looking yummy. Until I see you next in my next video, remain blessed. Please consider subscribing, share my video out, and let's get growing. Thank you so much. See ya. Bye bye.